Some pretty disturbing developing news coming out in the last 24 hours regarding the drones. Now, yesterday I had shared with you a theory, and now today I'm going to be sharing with you more developments on this theory that are coming out as this video is circulating around. CEO drone manufacturing company that has government contacts gives interesting take on what's happening in New Jersey. In addition to that, I also shared with you the New Jersey mayor came out and he had a statement on the Faulkner show, and he said, listen, they said that these are not foreign drones, yet they pose no threat. And he said, so therefore he has concluded that these are defensive U.S. assets that are a countermeasure to potential attack that is going on right now. Now, in addition to that, also, I'm going to be sharing with you more updates. Now, this is the one that I shared with you yesterday regarding the theory that had come out as to what these drones were. This one says, after speaking with some folks that I won't go into detail on their identities of, I now believe that these drones are our own military and government attempting to intercept suitcase nukes that either have already entered a major city or cities, or is trying to prevent them from entering by detection through technology of these drones. In other words, these drones are nuke-sniffing drones going out at night trying to identify any radioactive materials that might be detected by these drones. And like I said, I'm going to share with you the video from the CEO of a drone manufacturing company, and what he has, what is circulating right now, is concerning to say the least. Kind of disturbing updates coming out on this. This would also explain why all agencies are playing dumb, as if they told us the truth, there would be a mass panic and chaos in major cities like New York and New Jersey if they were to tell the general public the information that is coming out. Now, in addition to that, as I mentioned, this theory is starting to get more attention. Take a look at this. I also saw an individual that I know personally reporting on it yesterday as well, and he comes out with dates and information. I'm going to share this with you, and also I received word that there are other YouTubers that are also now reporting on this. Take a look at this. The Canadian Prepper also yesterday released a video saying nuclear bombs smuggled into the U.S., radio detection drones active at ports. Now, this comes also as well as we are now hearing that last night drones were spotted over the U.S. Capitol as well. Swarms of the drones are making their way all across the United States in various major cities, and now we are hearing that last night they were over the Capitol. And again, the airspace over the Capitol not being disrupted whatsoever by the drones are going over there. No one's intervening. So therefore, why are they allowing this? It's because they want this to be done, because these are our drones according to this theory, and they're saying it is because they are trying to sniff out some sort of nuclear activity that could be underway right now according to this theory. So again, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I know that this is very concerning. If this is the solution to the drones, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you think that this is it? Do you think that this makes the most sense? Do you think that we are on the right trail here? If you think so, put a 1 in the comments. If you think no, put a 2. Let me know your thoughts. But I'm going to do my best to get you caught up on the latest that has been coming out, as we are getting additional videos and information on this. I'm going to play it for you so you can see it for yourself and you can decide what your thoughts are on this. I'm going to get you caught up on everything that's going on. And as I mentioned, this is developing. This is not slowing down. This is ramping up. This is not going anywhere. And I'm going to be sharing this with you so that way you can see exactly for yourself what they're saying is taking place. And as always, all these articles are going to be linked in the description below, along with these video references. I cite all my sources, put it on the screen, read right from it, so that way you can see the latest for yourself and know exactly what is going on. And like I said, just to clarify, once again, this is a theory. This has not been proven. Still at this time, the Pentagon, the U.S. government, they're claiming that they have no idea. They have no information for us as to what is going on and taking place. But I'm going to play it for you, and then you can decide for yourself. Isaiah Smith, thank you for the $5 super chat. Appreciate that a ton. And if you appreciate that, don't forget, take a quick second, hit that like button for me. Helps spread this out further across the YouTube platform so more people can get the latest updates. Also, to stay up to date, it's totally free. Why not hit that subscribe button? Turn on that notification bell. I will keep you up to speed on everything. And as I mentioned, these resources linked in the description below. I try to hold myself to the highest level of accountability to my audience by citing everything like a book report as I present it, so you can see where everything is coming from. And I saw somebody saying, Steve, you and Canadian Prepper are my favorite YouTubers. I appreciate that. Yeah, afterwards I saw a lot of people mentioning that, and I was like, okay, let me check it out. I had seen several different people post on it, and then I was like, okay, let me dive a little bit further, and I saw that people were saying yes, there was more and more coming out. So I'm just going to play these for you so you can see stuff and know that it is the latest, what is going on. And again, just want to clarify, this is not confirmed. This is just a major theory that is taking place right now. And like I said, very concerning. I actually saw, I think it was Joe Rogan posted this clip that I'm about to play for you guys as well. So this is making its rounds now and around the rumor mill, and they're saying they're trying to keep it under wraps so as not to cause mass panic throughout the United States. Charlene, thank you for that super chat. Also, Thomas, thank you for that super chat. I appreciate those a ton. You guys are awesome. The super chats also help spread this out further. But let me go ahead and get you caught up on the latest. As I mentioned, smash that like button, subscribe to stay up to date. Let's take a look at this so you can see it for yourself. Now, let's take a look at this clip here. And as I mentioned, this is the CEO of the drone manufacturing company that has government contacts, giving interesting take on what's happening in New Jersey. So let's take a look at this so you can see it for yourself. Let's go to this one right here, and let's hit play.
Hey everyone, my name is John Ferguson. I'm the CEO of Saxon Aerospace here in Wichita, Kansas. I'm not normally a TikTok kind of a guy. I like watching this stuff. Hey everyone, my name is John Ferguson. I'm the CEO of Saxon Aerospace here in Wichita, Kansas. I'm not normally a TikTok kind of a guy. I like watching this stuff every once in a while. But I'm a manufacturer of unmanned aircraft, military grade unmanned aircraft, as you can see one of my systems here. There's all of these mysterious drones going on off the East Coast, and as a professional, as a subject matter expert, I wanted to give you all my opinion on what I think could be going on with these drones. I don't particularly believe that these have a nefarious intent. I could be wrong, but I want to give you the truth and what I believe. It's my own opinion, and I've not bounced this off of anybody. So, you know, if you think it's bullshit, whatever, that's cool. You know, I don't want to spread misinformation, as we know that there's a lot of that going around. But anyway, back in the 1980s, Ronald Reagan had dismantled the nuclear program, and there were, with Russia, there were countless nuclear missiles that were disarmed and disposed of. Well, there were over 80, I believe. There were over 80 nuclear warheads that were in Ukraine that came up missing. Okay. We don't know where they are. Maybe somebody does, but nobody really knows where these are. And I speak with some pretty high-level government officials on this stuff, and it seems as though that is the case. So I spoke to a gentleman a few months ago who was trying to raise an alarm to the highest levels of our government, which they had their ears closed, about this one particular nuclear warhead that he physically put his hands on. He physically touched this warhead that was left over from Ukraine. And he knew that that thing was headed towards the United States. Okay? That is a very serious deal. And everyone knows that the United States government, this administration, is pushing to get into a war with Russia. We all know that. We all feel it. We all see it. Okay? Well, back up a few years. Do y'all remember when those drones were mysteriously flying across the Interstate 70 corridor from Colorado up into Nebraska, down here into Kansas, and out into Missouri? Well, it was believed that those drones were looking for radioactive material because there had been some material that come up missing here in the United States, and they felt like it was high probability that the nuclear or the radioactive material would be taken along the Interstate 70 corridor heading east or west or south. So from what we understand, they were out there trying to find this radioactive material. Now, drones, they have no reason to be in the air at night unless you're doing some type of ISR work, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, looking for bad guys, or looking for a victim, a search and rescue victim, or law enforcement, or some type of military project, right? There's no reason for a drone to be flying at night, really, okay? Because they don't see shit. So, unless you have thermal optics, drones really don't see stuff. You need to do mapping during the day. If you're going to do farming stuff, mostly do it during the day. The only reason why you would ever fly an aircraft, an unmanned aircraft at night, is if you're looking for something, whether it be a person or trying to smell gas. We have methane gas detection systems that can detect gas leaks in pipelines. You really wouldn't use thermal optics for trying to find gas leaks, just simply because the only way you're actually going to find a gas leak with thermal optics is if the gas leak is aggressive enough that it has a difference in temperature. Because thermal imaging, it creates a digital image based off of the temperature variance. So whatever's different in temperature, it creates an image. Usually gas leaks so slow that it goes quickly into ambient before you can even see it. So we have special sensors that can detect gas leaks. We also have special sensors that can detect radioactive material. So with this gentleman that I had spoken with, who was trying to raise the alarm to try to get somebody in the government to say, hey, we need to work together to go try to find this nuclear warhead, none of that ever happened. They knew that warhead was on its way to the United States. That's all that ever came of it. Nothing ever happened. This government did not do anything at all to help this gentleman raise the alarm and raise awareness that there is a very deadly weapon on its way to the United States. It's out there. Nobody knows where it's at now. It left Europe. Now it's gone. So my own guess, is that these drones are not nefarious in intent. If they are, they are, but I doubt it. But if they are drones, the only reason why they would be flying, and flying that low, is because they're trying to smell something on the ground. That's it. There's no other reason for a drone to be flying in the air other than to piss a bunch of people off at night. That's it. So, my belief is they're trying to smell something on the ground. Gas leaks, radioactive material, whatever. So, and do I think that they're coming up out of the ocean? No, I don't think so. Drones that are multi-copter type drones, not the fixed wing aircraft that look like regular airplanes, but the multi-copters, they only have so much battery life. They have hybrid versions that are gas powered with electric, but those can still only fly for a short period of time. There's no way in hell that any drone is going to go miles off the coast as a multicopter and fly into the interior of the United States and do a bunch of work and then turn around and fly back. It's just, physics will not allow that to happen. So these drones, I believe, are launched from a location that nobody knows, but I do believe that they're flying low enough that they're just trying to sniff the ground and try to find something. So again, I hate to be a pessimist or a guy that thinks directly to the negative. However, I know as a professional, I mean, we build professional stuff for the military. I believe that they're actually out there trying to smell something that's very important. So anyway, Let me know what you think of this video. I'm not trying to gaslight. I'm not trying to scare people. I'm just trying to let people know that this is a serious deal. Um, it's only serious for what the potential could be, or for what the potential is. You know, there's a lot of them out there. They're flying all over. They're flying low. They're flying at night. There's no reason for it other than to smell something. So anyway, God bless. I hope you all have a wonderful Merry Christmas. And
So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts. Now, again, that is the CEO of a major drone manufacturing company here in the United States. John Ferguson is his name. He released that yesterday as well. That video has been making its rounds around social media. People are saying it sounds very knowledgeable, and that he gives a breakdown as to why they're flying at night. Said it really makes no sense unless they are really trying to sniff something out and not be seen. So that's why he said they're coming down low to the ground. And we actually saw these yesterday around the Capitol as well, as I mentioned. So very concerning that we're hearing that this is everywhere. So he's saying that they are trying to sniff out something nefarious, that this is not good. This means that there is something that they are trying to find. He said gases, radioactivity, and then you heard him allude to the fact that there was missing nuclear weapons. And so right now they're saying that they believe that there are essentially, and again, this is a theory, essentially there could be nuclear weapons or some type of radioactivity, some sort of, we saw in that other report saying something about a dirty bomb, a suitcase nuke that has made its way into the United States. And as a result of that, they are aware of this. They don't want the public to know because they don't want to cause a mass panic, but they are allowing these drones to fly over various locations where they think they might find a potential, a bomb that could cause chaos. So they are checking on the critical infrastructure systems. They are checking the military sites, military bases. They're checking the nuclear plants. And they're checking around populous hubs, trying to sniff around and detect any radioactivity at night. He said that would be why they would go out at night, he said, and also to remain unseen. However, everybody at this time has seen it. And the fact that, the federal government is coming out and saying, we don't know anything, that's just making people feel even less at ease, causing more panic. That is what's coming up right now. Now, in addition to that, as I mentioned, take a look at this so you can see it for yourself. Now the drones, they are being spotted over the capital region, this article says. Let me move this over on this side. There we go. Now this says, New York State Police have received numerous reports of drone sightings over the past 24 hours. So it is here in New York. Saratoga County Sheriffs, and also we're hearing that this is over. It says now it appears that we have unknown objects in the sky over Colony. Town residents have been reporting seeing strange lights in the skies on various neighborhood pages on Facebook. CBS 6 reached out to Albany County Sheriff's Craig Apple, and he confirmed they've received reports of unknown objects in the sky. We are hearing that these are now over the areas of the U.S. Capitol. So if this theory is accurate, then they are also watching the Capitol for potential threats of nuclear weapons. Now, this comes as yesterday. We had heard the mayor of New Jersey sort of allude to this theory as well. Now, if you missed it, let me play it for you. And this is him saying, hey, we got a briefing. I think it was on Wednesday. He'll say it in the video. And we didn't get a whole lot of information. We learned what the state knows, which is practically nothing. He said, but when we started to put the pieces together, he said that he believes that these drones belong to the United States. They're not another nation's. They keep saying they don't belong to another nation and they don't pose a threat. He said if they don't belong to another nation and they don't pose a threat, they're likely our drones. And then you hear him say, but they're not disclosing why they're out and about. So he said that he has come to the conclusion that he believes that they are U.S. defensive assets, countermeasures to potential attacks that are either underway or could be coming here very soon, which aligns with that theory that I had shared with you earlier. But let's go and take a look at this video footage so that way you can see it for yourself.
To set. Just moments ago, you said you were just... Michael Melham is the mayor of Belleville, New Jersey. Now, when you walked up to set just moments ago, you said you were just briefed. What can you tell us?
On the way here, I was on the phone with my OEM team, and we now have guidance coming from the state. And that guidance does say two different things. First of all, if there is a downed drone in our vicinity, we are immediately to call the bomb squad of our county. And second, our fire department has been instructed to make sure they wear hazmat suits.
So if something falls out of the sky that people have seen, and some of these things are as big as an SUV, if that happens, you're to treat this more than a plane crash. It's treated like an attack on the homeland?
That is correct, because they're not quite sure if there's a payload or not. And that's what we were told during our briefing on Wednesday.
Wow. So look, you said that you were insulted by how the Pentagon and the White House, their messaging coming out. Tell me what you're hearing from them, and why doesn't it match what you were just told moments ago?
So we're being told that people in New Jersey must be crazy, that they're only seeing small aircraft, and that's just not the case. If you're on the ground in New Jersey, my residents are concerned, and they're quite alarmed because they have no idea what's hovering just over their houses.
Have you seen these?
I have.
And how would you describe it?
They are definitely small aircraft. I mean, you got to understand, a drone is considered an aircraft because it's flying in unrestricted space or restricted space. So it's considered an aircraft. These do look like a small aircraft. There's no doubt about that. They don't look like the personal drones that we're used to seeing. But they're very large, very large.
All right, let me get to this. After several lawmakers have called for authorities to shoot down the drones, now residents say that they'll just have to take matters into their own hands if the government is refusing to act. A couple of social media posts representing that sentiment now. A good shotgun will fix that problem. Another semi-automatic 3-inch Magnum, 00 buck full shot. Let me ask you this, because also what you told me as you were sitting down, we had quite the conversation. There are several theories, and then some people based on high-level conversations, like our own New Jersey Representative Jeff Van Drew, Tony Gonzalez, congressman out of Texas, are saying they're having high-level conversations with law enforcement and also experts who are saying that there's a possibility that there's an Iranian mothership with drones. Now, you sat down and told me something even more disturbing.
Yeah, so what we're being told, we had an unprecedented briefing on Wednesday. I mean, 200 state mayors were all gathered together, and we learned exactly what the state of New Jersey learned, which is very little. But the thing that we did take away from that was that we were told very point blank that these drones are hovering over our critical infrastructure. Now, that's interesting because they're not doing any harm. They're just hovering over that. We're also told that there's no credible threat. When you start putting things together that they're telling us, critical infrastructure, no credible threat, they're unwilling to shoot them down. They're unwilling to do a temporary ban. And we can see them, that they have lights on them. So something's not adding up here. It sounds like it might very well be our highest level government. It might be government assets that are being deployed as a countermeasure.
As a countermeasure. And so two things can be true. We know the timeline, according to Van Drew and others, matches when this so-called mothership, whatever it is, left Iran and appeared somewhere off our eastern seaboard. Now, if it were chock full of drones and it released those drones, that timeline fits, according to Van Drew and others. So if that's the case, of course, then we would put things in the sky because the government would know. Look, it forces all of us to try to do some sort of calculation of why the government wouldn't just say something.
They have to speak. I mean, they have to be transparent. There's no doubt about that, because what else is happening is now conspiracy theories are starting to flood social media. What happens if somebody shoots one of these down? How does the law look at that? Well, we were advised to make sure that we tell our residents that that is not lawful. Drones are considered aircraft, and FAA, you cannot shoot an aircraft in New Jersey. So we're being advised to tell our residents not to shoot them down.
Are you worried?
We're concerned because, one, New Jersey can't act. We don't have the ability to take them out of the air.
Mayor Melham, thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
There you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. So that is the latest that we've been seeing. And as I mentioned, the mayor actually coming out and making these statements about this. And he is saying that he has come to the conclusion that they are U.S. assets. Now, I got a poll in the comments right now. Let me know your thoughts. So far, it appears that we've got 383 people in the poll. Of them, 64% are saying this is the most credible theory so far. And about 36% now, it's moving around, are saying they don't think so. They're not buying it. So 1/3 of the room says They don't think that this theory is it. 2/3 of the room are saying they think this is it. But as I mentioned, we have been hearing this coming out. Again, this is the same theory. It appears that there is more backing to this coming out from the one that I shared with you yesterday that says, believe these drones are our own military and government attempting to intercept suitcase nukes that either are already entered into a major city or cities, or is trying to prevent them from entering by detection through technology of these drones, which is very similar to what we heard from that CEO here in the United States, John Ferguson. This would also explain why all agencies are playing dumb, as if they told us the truth, there would be mass panic and chaos in major cities like New York and New Jersey if they were to tell the general public this particular information. And as I mentioned, I have also heard other sources coming out on this as well. Now, unfortunately, all the sources are, as I mentioned, take it with a grain of salt, take it for what it is. This is coming in. Everyone's saying they've got sources coming in from highly, reliable stuff, but we're hearing from the federal government that this is, not the case. So you have to just kind of decide for yourself. And I know I hate the fact that it's coming from all of these social media sources and things like that. But the government, they're saying, is not going to tell us the truth on this one, because if they did, it would cause mass panic if this is, in fact, what is going on. If there is, in fact, what appears to be nuclear weapons that have been smuggled into the United States, and as a result of that, now we have nuke-sniffing drones that are trying to figure these things out, and we're also seeing them not only over critical infrastructure systems, military bases, major populated hubs, but also in addition to that, we're also seeing them now over the U.S. Capitol. And as I mentioned, one of the people that had mentioned it, I think it was Gerard versus Evil, he actually lays out particular dates that he's claiming his sources are saying that there could be an attack on New Year's Eve, on Washington, D.C., or in Inauguration Day as well. So, again, take it for what it is. This is what's coming out, suggestions. If more information comes out, I'll be sure to share with you guys here on the channel, but that is the latest, and we're hearing that this is a growing concern that's taking place. But like I said, I'll keep you guys up to speed on everything. Now, all of the resources that I am accessing, I'm going to have them linked in the description below. Also, in addition to that, if you want to start stocking up, I've spoken to a couple people ever since this information has come out as of yesterday. I've had a lot of people contact me, and I've let them know. They're saying, should we be stocking up on stuff? Should we be, preparing? My thought is this. I always say it here on the channel. I think it's better to be prepared than not. I think it's better to don't be scared, be prepared. So there's additional resources linked down below. You might want to stock up on food, water, medications, various things that you might need. Because this is my thought. Even if one of these were to, say, detonate, which I pray that it doesn't, and I pray this is not the case. But let's say that we were to have some form of any kind of nuclear explosion that took place in a major city. As a result, there would be mass chaos that would ensue, and I believe that there would be supply chain issues everywhere. People would be stocking up on stuff, but at that point, you're a little too late. So, like I said, if there are various things that you want to get, paper maps. A lot of people don't think what would happen if the power goes out. EMP-proof fabrics, EMP detectors, radiation detectors. These are linked down in the description below. So various resources. But like I said, as information comes out, I'll be sure to keep you up to date. If we get any official updates from the Pentagon, from the government on anything, which honestly, I doubt that they're going to say anything different than they've been saying, but we will see. I will let you know here on the channel. And again, do me a favor if you appreciate that. I see we got about 6,000 people on the channel with me live. Take a second, hit the like button, help spread this out further. That simple gesture really helps out a ton, along with those super chats. I appreciate that as well. And the poll is almost exactly 2/3 of the room say this is the most credible explanation so far, this theory. 1/3 of the room saying they are not convinced. But do me a favor, like I said, hit that like button, subscribe to stay up to date. It's totally free. Why not? I'll keep you up to speed on everything. And as more comes out, I'll let you know here on the channel. But that is the latest, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless.